The lizard men are a race of reptilian beings that trace their origins to a cult of elder lizard gods known as the Scaled Ones. The Scaled Ones were led by two supreme deities who traveled across dimensions and worlds, devouring the sun gods and other creatures that stood in their way. Quetzalcoatl was a master of lizard magic, who could absorb the power of the suns he consumed, as well as beings with solar magic and supernatural creatures that mimicked suns and stars. He would challenge the mages of any of the worlds and win by a wide margin. Loro was an ancient dinosaur god, who resembled an armored dragon, but was much older and wiser. Many of the conquests that the Scaled Ones had began and ended quickly, as Loro was a vicious and overtly powerful reptilian god whose power was so great after crushing so many worlds, that he could not be challenged alone. Together, they amassed an army of loyal followers from various lizard species, who shared their vision of reptilian supremacy, and eventually after destroying world after world, their lizard kind would take over, leaving only a reptilian race to inherit the planet. However, a billion years ago, something happened that changed the course of history. The Scaled Ones disappeared without a trace, leaving behind their legacy and secrets. No one knows what caused their downfall, or where they went. Some say they were defeated by a coalition of enemies, some say they ascended to a higher plane of existence, some say they turned on each other in a civil war. Whatever the truth may be, their absence left a void in the omniverse that was soon filled by other forces, but some of the worlds they attacked were forever changed by the introduction of supernatural and ultradimensional reptiles. The lizard men are the descendants of the Scaled Ones, who inherited some of their rituals, beliefs, and magic from the original two deities, but the lizard men became agents of darkness and not light and power, causing them to begin to practice necromancy, believing that they can enhance themselves by consuming and controlling the souls of others. However, the lizard men are not as united or powerful as their ancestors, often sharing underground space with subterraneans or warring against them. They are divided into factions and clans, each with their own races that have risen in the multiverse over time. They are constantly at war with each other and with their enemies, fighting for survival and dominance, and in some worlds the lizard men were almost completely wiped out. Among the members of the Dark, an evil organization that also steals lives for power, are several prominent lizard men, who use their skills and abilities to serve their master's will. One such lizard man is Viper, a serpent shaper and a snakewalker. He can control snake magic and has altered his body to resemble a snake in inhuman ways. He is one of the last few skilled necromancers of the Dark, who gathers the souls of a particular race of subterraneans for his master. He also sends residual souls to the Fold Mothers when asked. He is intelligent and resourceful and is favored among the leadership table of the Dark. The lizard men come in all shapes and sizes, and they can alter their appearance with their unique blend of magics. They are often villains, bent on consuming and destroying and stealing to gain more power. They are involved with the Dark, and almost always come into conflict with Thomas Forte and his allies. Exploding from the pages of the 21 Trials of Thomas Forte, the One Last series details linking stories that explain the hero of Eternity's absence intermittently throughout the Nexus story, the Elixir. During the One Last series, Thomas Forte rises to his potential and secures his legacy as a great hero. If you're fascinated by multidimensional mayhem, tales of ill-fated power, and epic battles laced throughout time and space, purchase your copy of the new The 21 Trials of Thomas Forte now.